All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. As you can tell, we are in a little bit of an old school, familiar location to some of you who have been subscribed for a long time. We are in the OG garage right now. We haven't made a video in here in a couple of months because we have had access to the shop for a very long time now, and we just have had more space. But today, I'm doing something at home for once, and it is another Allroad mod. We're just doing something really simple today, as I'm currently in the works for doing a little bit more of some bigger projects and stuff for the vehicles. So I kind of need to space out some videos because I don't really have any like small like easy mods going on right now aside from the one we are about to do. So I haven't really gone over a lot of the cosmetics of the Allroad really in any video, but as you can tell on this side of the Allroad, this headlight is really nice in like basically factory new condition with like a little bit of dirt and stuff on it, but looks really clear. But if we come over to this side of the Allroad, this headlight is super foggy and just like kind of messed up. The UV coating is peeling a little bit and it just doesn't really look that great. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use this kit that I've been reading some super sick reviews of online that compare them to other headlight kits, headlight resto kits. And this is the Sylvania headlight restoration kit, or Sylvania, however you want to pronounce it. This kit apparently is one of the only kits that actually will restore your headlights long term. For those of you in the automotive community, if you've ever had crappy headlights and you know someone that knows how to polish, or you know how to polish stuff yourself, you've probably tried to either wet sand and polish or just straight up polish your headlights. And don't get me wrong, it looks fantastic for maybe about a month, but once the polish wears off and like whatever wax or anything that you put on the headlight, it goes straight back to looking like this. So I'm actually gonna start by doing the fog lights off of the Allroad, because as you can tell, I don't know if you can see how messed up the fog light lenses are. They're pretty cloudy as well. There's a lot of pitting and such in the lens that needs to get fixed. So I'm gonna try and see if, I believe it's a 3-step method where it's just wet sand, polish, and then, or no, I guess it's a 4-step. I'll walk you guys through it and we'll check this kit out together. But yeah, there's not really much messing around to get this all set up. It's just kind of to jump right into it. So I'm gonna set the camera up. We're gonna get some soapy water and stuff because we're not going to be dry sanding, we're going to be wet sanding, and then we will go to town on these guys. I have yellow fog lights, or fog light bulbs in the fog lights now, and I also have yellow high beams. So actually maybe we should see how bright the lights are with the clear headlight versus the crappy headlight, so we can kind of get like a before or after kind of thing. I don't know where I put the key, I have to go find it. I'll try to be fast, not to kill the battery in the Allroad, and it's currently slamming itself to the ground. As you can see in the clean headlight, you can see the back of the headlight housing on the inside and like the actual projector ring. I don't know if you can see the bulb, it's pretty blown out in the camera right now, but you can also see the headlight, or the high beam reflector, the side marker really well. You can see in there and see the bulb. It's really clear, but if we come over to this side, it just becomes a super foggy mess. And it kind of scatters the light out the side, as you see right here. It's kind of like all foggy and everything on the bottom. Not really white, but then if we look over to this one, it's a perfect beam, perfectly round at the bottom. Really bright white instead of a crappy tinted yellow from the dead UV coating. We're gonna hopefully get rid of that and have some really bright headlights. Whip some sandpaper out and go to town on these bad boys, and then we'll do the same to the headlight. All right, so after excessive amounts of polishing the passenger side lens, this is how it looks now. It's pretty foggy, but we're getting through a lot of the factory UV coating, so it's got like a pretty nice even fog across all of it, and you can kind of see the polarization right around here, the purple and blues that you see. on the headlight. So we're gonna do one at a time just to kind of compare it to the good headlight right now. But that is the good headlight again. And this is the now sanded down headlight that we are now going to polish and hopefully get the haze out of it. And then we're gonna reapply the little melty spray that you saw me provide in the beginning. This is the step 1 surface activator. This shit's amazing. That gets like all the yellow oxidization and stuff to come off, but I will now start polishing and then we will see how it looks after that. This is pretty much just polish, but I don't know if this has some like funky ingredients in it to make it any better than regular polish, but I am going to be using a DA instead of doing this by hand. So if you want to do it by hand, you can get the same results. It just takes a little bit longer, so user beware. Well, maybe it is. All right, so after you've wiped the headlight down, you've cleaned it, you've dried it back off and everything, there's still gonna be a little bit of a white haze to it. That's what it says in the instructions. And then we reapply the spray application stuff again to get all of the crap back off the headlight. Just kind of like getting this nice and covered like so. And then it wants us to just rinse it with water. So I'm gonna go get some water and then we're gonna rinse it with water. Crucial moment. We're gonna do step 4. Check for moisture on all the areas of the headlight. Yeah, it seems fine. All right, so then we have the UV coating, which is this fancy, this stuff. Hello, there we go. This UV coating stuff, it's kind of like yellowish. So I actually have one that's already open that I got from a buddy. So I'm gonna use this one. We're gonna go ahead, it's our towel, coat. Whoop! Way too much. The entire edge. And then this is kind of like ceramic coating. So if you've ever like seen someone do ceramic coat, kind of like the same deal, but you kind of just slap that stuff on there. And with this stuff, you can't do reapplying of layers. Kind of just do it all at once. So if you think your headlight needs more in certain places, you have to do it while the UV coating is still wet. So I'm actually gonna put a little bit more just to kind of really get it on this headlight because I don't want these to fog up anytime soon. So I'm just absolutely gonna cake this shit on here. And I've gone horizontally once, so now I'm going down vertically, top to bottom. Make sure you get the edges and stuff so you don't get any weird peeling in your edges. Make sure your edges are also clean. Make sure you clean your car or your headlights before you do this, because the last thing you want to do is get crap in your freshly refinished headlights. And for those of you wondering if you can tell in the camera that it looks a little bit wrinkly, it does eventually dry flat, which I believe it is already doing. It looks pretty mint. Look how clear that is. You can see the reflection of my hand on it. Super, super clear, which is awesome because it will dry like this, and this is what the headlight will end up looking like, and there's actually some. So like I said, I've only done the one side, so I'm actually gonna do the other side now, which doesn't need as much attention as you saw at the beginning of the video because it is fairly clean. So this is the new coated headlight before it's dried. Pretty sweet. And this is the clean headlight before it gets coated or has anything done to it. I really think the other headlight already looks way better, but we'll do a better, wider shot once we do both sides and they've both cured. So here's both headlights done now. Passenger side has had about an hour and a half to cure. I'm not gonna touch it to prove that it's dry or anything yet because these are supposed to cure from 4 to 6 hours. We ain't quite there yet, but we're gonna see what the beam looks like now. So I'm gonna fire on the headlights. But we can see the headlights now, both perfect beams. This one is still a little bit of a different color than the driver's side, but I think that's just because the center of the beam is more on the freezer here than the other side, but you can tell it's not as yellow anymore as it was previously. I actually have to raise the headlights a little bit, so I'm gonna adjust those later. It looks pretty awesome. As you can tell now, this headlight is looking practically brand new. You can see right into the housing, no problem now. And it just looks crystal clear. I'm sure this is probably gonna hold up fairly well. This side's really dusty for some reason. And I'm super happy with how they turned out. So I've already done the fog lights as well. I'm just kind of waiting for these to dry so I can put them in without the risk of touching them. The lenses don't have nearly as many chips in them anymore, as they've kind of been filled a little bit, but you can still see it doesn't quite fill all the pitting, and that's using the kit as directed with the 400, I think it's 1,000, and then the 2,000 grit sandpaper plus polishing, and the coating doesn't quite get rid of all of the pitting in the headlight or headlight or fog light or whatever, but it does a pretty dang good job for foggy headlights, and they practically look brand new. So that's really sweet. All right, so the headlights have cured overnight. I actually drove the Allroad to work today, to and from, and they look absolutely fantastic. Like, they look kind of funky on the camera lens because I have a polarized filter on it, but the coating is actually hydrophobic too, or whatever the word for making it bead. I'll spray some more water on it because it looked way better when I came back from driving, but let me see. I don't have any water, you'll just have to take my word for it, but they look basically brand new. There's a little condensation on the inside of this headlight because it's not perfectly sealed in the back, but fog lights are also done. They look really good. But overall, I'm super impressed with how it's turned out. Both of the headlights, like I said, look brand new. Not foggy. They feel super smooth on the outside as well. Super happy with how these came out. Hopefully are gonna last a long time. There wasn't really anything in the Sylvania instructions that said how long this is supposed to last, but I haven't read any reviews online that say it doesn't last very long. Take it with a grain of salt. I definitely think this is probably the best kit you can get out there to do headlights, especially because of the permanent coating for the UV stuff, but that will about do it for the headlight restoration on the Allroad today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel and you want to check out some of my actual Allroad build video stuff, like my rooftop tent installation or my stainless steel catback that I just built for it, go and check out my channel or click some link or whatever, something here that will pop up in a second. But anyways guys, peace out. I will see you in the next video.